What?
And that's the end of season 1. Hey there, frackers. So, my name's Dan, otherwise known as Twisted View, and together with me we have again... and...
Pete.
That works out quite well. We're on the finale of season 1 of Battlestar Galactica. I think this one is entitled Kobol's Last Gleaming.
Part 2.
Part 2. So, without further ado, let's get into it. We're in this one for the action.
Come on! Come on, move! Out! On your shoulder!
My hand. I mean, he's standing a long time in the fire. Let's be honest here.
Action.
We needed some action. Ready to start your new life, Gaius? On your new planet?
He looks ready.
It's so overdramatic.
Oh, they've changed the music.
This is the music that you actually do remember.
Yeah.
This is the one I remember being the music for the series.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Are all my predictions going true?
Yeah, every single one.
It's a museum, so what?
More than that, it's the home of the heir of Apollo.
The hell is that?
Already giving that up.
He never let.
What I need from you is a way off this planet and a way back to my ship. And if you don't do that, I'm gonna blow your head off.
Why don't you just shut up for a change?
It almost feels like Cylons want to get to Earth.
The line before, but this is
It does almost feel like the Cylons
More-
are interested in Earth.
Well,
no one.
the fact they've got interest in that arrow and everything.
Believe me,
I have the president on the line.
Bear witness. Put on your headset. Madam President, moments ago, Lieutenant Thrace took the Cylon Raider. Do you have any knowledge of this incident?
Let's save some time here, Commander. The answer to your question is yes.
By taking the Raider, you've placed our people on the surface of Kobol in direct danger.
I am also deeply aware of the danger this civilization will be in if I ignore the pursuit of this arrow.
It's a good answer.
I'm going to have to ask you for your resignation, Madam President.
No.
Then I'm terminating your presidency as of this moment.
If you want to stage a coup, you're going to have to come over here and arrest me.
I don't want any blood shed.
Neither does the press.
Mr. Gaeta.
Sir.
Jam any transmissions in or out of Colonial 1 immediately.
Yes, sir.
Prepare a strike team. She's bluffing.
Well, let's hope so. There's also a Cylon base ship out there to deal with.
Whilst just squabbling.
This government survived a Cylon attack. It will survive William Adolph.
I know their security detail. They will defend that ship.
They seriously think about attacking the ship the
As you
president's
were.
in?
Yes.
I have a very special mission for you.
How convenient.
Don't
Give
kid
it to
around.
the
It's
Cylon.
high risk. For all they know, you could be 2 Cylon agents returning with a captured raptor.
Yeah, I mean,
Once
the
you're
luck
inside
of
the
that.
defense perimeter,
What are the odds?
I need you to make them think you want to dock. You have to fire your nuke into the loading bay.
To be fair, he's picked the perfect candidate.
Oh yeah.
I know I can.
Someone looking for redemption. Kind of a Cylon.
Kind of.
I mean, this is so unnecessary.
Oh, is it?
I mean, let's face it, she's jeopardised the entire colony off of a religious...
Oh, this doesn't look good. Please tell me this was not all for nothing.
It's on her left.
Hey! It's on her right.
I mean, that's pretty powerful. If they've got a ship with a transponder, they're able to go as they please.
Stop. Stop that.
I'm nervous. Things scare me, Hilo. I have feelings.
You have software.
But what we had between us was important. It was very important. I just want you to know that I genuinely feel something for you.
I don't care.
Lies.
I don't love you.
Bullshit.
I loved what I thought was you.
Probably true.
Hilo, I think there's something else that you should know.
There you go.
Mini
I'm
toaster.
pregnant.
That solves the ultimate question, which is, can man and machine...
Now, nobody starts sticking your penises in toasters.
Too late. Ow.
Boomer, Galactica Actual. Just wanted to say good luck, good hunting.
Racetrack, start the jump clock.
Wait a minute, she's got an accomplice.
Clock is running.
Hot one.
Thought it'd be like a solo mission.
I'm counting on the fact that when push comes to shove, he is the kind of man who will not want bloodshed.
We stand with our president. Security commander reports sounds of someone cutting through the hull.
Get the president on the line.
So you can gloat?
You know he's going to say we're installing a window.
Hey, look, best of.
So where's she gone to? Where's this?
Same place Hilo is. Museum.
Oh, how
was.
convenient. She doesn't even know where the arrow is.
Well, she's been told to go there by Rosalind, hasn't she?
Specifically the museum.
I think so, yeah.
I thought she just
Because
said
that's-
find the arrow.
But I think that Rosalind knew that the arrow was here because it was like a relic, wasn't it, that was in a museum.
What's that?
It's for the radiation. Same stuff
Fucking
Hilo's
needles.
taken. But nice detail that they didn't forget
Yep.
What?
that she needed to take medicine for the radiation.
Yeah.
How is Hilo getting through the radiation then?
He's taken that same. We
right,
saw him
right.
do it in the last episode because
Right.
Sharon made a comment that it wasn't working as well.
This is literally Independence Day.
It's
Literally
true.
Independence Day.
They do look fucking cool. I question if they look aerodynamic. I noticed that captain's name on the side of the ship was called Karma. I was like, who did he piss off before he got in that ship?
Not doing so good. I don't know if his lungs are burnt or what. Well, he's a tough kid. He's gonna pull through. Do you have a plan for tactical deployment, or plan for tactical deployment, Chief? Get to the high ground. High ground is also our best chance of being seen by the Cylons. Sir, if I may suggest that we take cover on the ground, maybe somewhere where we won't be seen from the air.
Launch the nuke and prepare to jump. What? Bomb release is jammed. I can't free it.
That's such a trope. But it's almost like a bit boring really when they do that because you sort of know.
We can dock inside the ship. Excuse me?
Literally Independence Day. I totally forgot until just this second. They're not even riding a Cylon ship.
No. Which just goes to show that the Cylons are doing everything via those transponders rather
Yeah,
than visual.
right. Well, it just shows they're way more robotic than you think.
Alive.
It's a great image.
What a sight.
What an angle.
Great angle.
Why God chose you above all other humans to survive and serve his purpose.
Those were President says she will not yield.
To our hearts that they may.
Come on, Dee, tell me he's not actually gonna do this.
Sir? You're in.
I mean, that must look so weird because he's not got anyone leading him. Like, just like.
What gets me is that if Sharon and them knew its significance.
Hello, Lieutenant.
Didn't think there'd be a showdown between these two.
Yeah.
I'm setting her down.
You think this mothership would kind of be similar to the smaller ships? Like there'd be lots of.
It's just like it's really gory and like.
Keep the engines warm and ready for takeoff the second I get back. Yes, sir. Close the hatch after me.
Welcome back to Caprica, Lieutenant. Like what we've done with the place?
Yeah, I know, I banged that too hard.
The fuck are you doing? Where are you going?
Another Sharon.
Sharon.
There's quite a lot of Sharons.
Yeah, but lots of naked Sharons. Oh, this is great.
Come on, Starbuck. Got anything left?
Starbuck? Madam President, no one needs to get hurt here.
Then why don't you get off my ship, Colonel?
I'm placing you under arrest.
No, we're not doing this.
I'm in command here, Captain.
Colonel, this is wrong.
You're relieved. Fall back. Madam President, I would...
Men, lay down your weapons.
You lost your fracking mind. This is mutiny. You know that.
Yeah, thanks. My instincts tell me that we cannot sacrifice our democracy just because the president makes a bad decision. Madam President, stand back.
Put your gun down, Captain. I will not have bloodshed, neither your men nor my people, on the Colonial One. Put your gun down. All of you. Let's go.
I'm not a Cylon.
You can't fight destiny, Sharon. Don't worry about us. We'll see you again.
And the nuke.
Don't turn around!
Don't turn around and look at me. All of me.
Where's the fucking bomb?
I mean, they're sort of marching
Oh, it's there.
towards
Okay,
it, which
that's
is
fine.
slightly... I mean, if they disarm it, it's a big problem.
He put his weapon right to my head. Said to tell you he was following his instincts. Whatever the hell that means. What about Rosalind?
We put her in the brig.
Galactica, Boomer. Mission accomplished. Repeat. Mission accomplished. The base star is history.
I can't believe it. You are like the last person I expected to see.
Oh, I missed you.
You can't! She's pregnant!
Literally that face.
that eye flicker is just like, what the fuck?
Impossible. We're having a toaster.
I forgot about these guys.
Go inside.
Go inside? What?
Oh dear.
I think it's the idea of what it was meant to be before it became ruins.
Either that or his mental sex palace. just
Oh, we're
took
seeing
a
the
massive
actual
fuck.
palace now, aren't we?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Life has a melody, guys. A rhythm of notes that become your existence once played in harmony with God's plan. The first member of our family will be with us soon, guys. It's time to make your choice. See the face with the shape of things to come. Isn't she beautiful, guys?
Close it.
Hi, Dad.
Congratulations to both of you. Despite any personal misgivings you may or may not have had. For that I'm very proud.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Whoa! What finally made her crack? Apart from 9 other Sharons.
I mean, she killed herself a lot of times over.
Guess she's had to she's finally realised who she is then, Cylon.
Or it could have been the programming finally kicking in.
Yeah. Well, I did think Adama was going to croak it.
He's making a mess.
Oh, what? Didn't have the balls to even finish it off.
So, thoughts and feelings then on the finale of season 1, Rich?
Unsatisfied.
Unsatisfied?
Unsatisfied. Massively. No payoff. No...
What are you kidding? They just blew up a Cylon base star.
Yeah,
and shot
but
Adama.
Yeah, but
Which now, so you've got there, in a nutshell, you had a coup between Adama and Roslin, who is now in prison. You had a face-off between Six and Starbuck over Gaius, or some Arrow thing. You had Sharon finally coming to terms with the fact she's a Cylon, and then shooting Adama, and you're not satisfied.
Nope. Galactica Boomer having that
Galactica Boomer, yep.
realization.
Yep, Galactica Boomer, not Caprica Boomer.
Yep. Who already knows and is clearly embracing that. But, you know.
I got a fight scene between Six and Starbuck. That's it. That's all I'm taking away from this.
I think that really demonstrates just how powerful a baseline skin job Cylon really is, because she battered the fuck out of Starbuck.
Yeah.
Starbuck's not a pussy. Like, not really.
I still don't know what's in the crib. I still don't know. It's a baby with a Cylon head. I don't know anything. I don't know. No.
Okay. Right, let's move on. Pete, thoughts and feelings.
I mean, Sharon must be. I think
Naked
Battlestar Boomer must be feeling really good about herself, because she's just seen what she looks like naked, and she's probably like, "Damn,
damn, I look good."
But yeah, I think the cool thing about the way this has been left is the fact that, like you said, it could be the handing of the torch, but it's the actions of people before that led up to that happening. They didn't see it happening. So Lee is like, his dad was expressing displeasure against him, and basically saying, you did your duty without misgiving and reservations. And then right in front of him, after being scolded, he then got shot by the person he was like, giving praise to. So Lee's probably feeling really shit about himself, but at the same time, he did just stop a load of people from getting absolutely shot to shit. Like, Lee just did what he is supposed to do, and that is consistent with Lee. He did it with Colonial.
Well, I was going to say, again, in agreement with that, one of the big things here, which we saw when they actually stormed the presidency, true to form, Lee, as he's proven time and time before, that he's a man of democracy, and he sort of kind of saw the folly in what they were doing when he got there and realised, hold on a sec, like, the military shouldn't be able to just make a coup on a president because they didn't like the president's decision.
Yeah. And and that's the difference between him and Ty, because Ty was.
You're seeing Ty's loyalty to Adama again,
but you also see the fact that he at the end with his hand on the wounds, Lee's supporting him, but Ty's like his hands were there just as much covered in blood, which I was like maybe symbolic, but I mean I love that episode because it just makes me want to watch the next lot of it even more. And
just remember, some of us had to wait a year.
Yeah. I mean, I've had to rewatch all. You know how fast I watch TV shows, mostly, and I binge Battlestar. I remember watching a whole season in like a weekend. That's how fast I watched like season 2 or 3.
Well, I'd be writing a complaint in because I was not satisfied whatsoever. That is exactly how I expected part 1 to finish, and then we move on to part 2 to get it all sewn up, but with a few unleft things before we go into season 2.
I think
I feel like I'm missing.
But these are maybe some of those things may be answered in the opening episodes of season 2.
I'm sure it is, but I am
unsatisfied. You're associating all of these. You want to get it all wrapped up by the end of season 1 in your head, but this just means there's more continuation. That's it. It's not to say you're not. It's not to say that you're not going to get answers. You're just not going to get them at the end of the season.
I just felt like I got all dressed up for the end of season 1.
Nowhere to go.
And no one got laid.
That was never going to happen, dude. We're sitting around talking about Battlestar Galactica.
9
that ain't
naked
gonna happen.
Sharons, and
I mean, if we turn all the lights out, then maybe. But
I'm going to throw it out there. You can get as dressed up as you want. You ain't getting laid here tonight.
Yeah. Hey, man, you still a virgin? Yeah. There ain't going to be no fucking tonight.
You want me to comment? That's my comment.
Okay.
Wow.
You're clearly very upset by this.
I am upset.
Wow.
You wanted a controversial ending? You got one.
If you had any toys, they would be well and truly on the floor right now. I thought that was great. I love a cliffhanger.
Would you like to throw any more dollies out the pram?
No. Cheers.
Wow. 2 beers and he's like all angry.
Yeah, and there's a very good chance you're going to have to wait a little while to get that resolution.
Yeah, we're not going to start season 2 for a while.
Cool. Well, don't call me. I don't need to see the end of this. Well, I do need to see the end of this.
The thing is, though, right, you wouldn't have this problem if you just watched TV shows when they were launched, like the rest of us.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have any content for this, so...
We would, because there's loads of other stuff we could talk about. House of Dragons. So, anyway.
This. Season 2.
Yeah.
Just to get some answers to some very basic questions.
Although we did get some answers to some questions.
And they are...
So, for example, we got the answer... Well, Sharon now has the answer to her lineage.
She's hot.
At the end of the season.
We know that, yeah.
But as in... so, with Sharon, she has now got to a point where she's had that realisation. She is now a Cylon. That's now out in public as well. So, we're going to see what happens off the back of that. But we've got to that point, which has been brewing over the course of the entire season.
Yeah.
You've got Starbuck, after defeating 6... has now met up with Hilo and found Boomer on Caprica with him as well. So you then have what we will now see, which is hopefully Hilo with Starbuck returning to the fleet. So that sort of, although it's not wrapped the story of that up yet, that's getting wrapped up as well.
Yeah. You got the whole thing around that and the cradle.
And which brings us again to, so putting 2 and 2 together when you're saying what's in the box, do you think maybe that the fact that Boomer is pregnant has anything to do with the metaphorical symbolism of the cradle of what 6 was talking about with Gaius?
Yeah.
I'd like to see what was in the cradle.
She said children of the gods, right?
I assume so. I don't know if it's man, half...
Well, she's referring to... which brings us back to the same... It's the same question, though, isn't it? So what's brewing inside a Boomer? Because the whole concept is you link those two things together. She's saying what we're seeing is the future, the next step. And technically Hilo being human and Boomer being a Cylon is that.
Yeah, Boomer did say, our relationship was much more important than you think.
Bingo.
Blah, blah, blah. And she even said the line of, I've reached the next level. She even said that line.
Yeah, he's that good.
It's a shame I couldn't reach the next level of satisfaction.
Am I going to have to put a satisfaction meter up for you? Unsatisfied. Now you know how all your exes feel.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, snap. Dude, where's the burn cream? Holy shit. If these mics weren't in the way, I'd be high-fiving you for that. Holy crap. I could almost hear his ankles audibly snap.
All I can say is that if that's what you got given in 2004, man, you were cheated.
Yeah, because it's what we then got given in 2005 afterwards. We got 3 more seasons of shit like that.
Oh,
so saddle up, buddy.
Can't wait.
I think maybe you'd got this idea in your head. You're going to get so many answers.
Yeah.
I think what you've now got is more questions than answers, and that probably overwhelms you.
No. Overwhelmed is certainly what I am not. Underwhelmed is definitely what I am.
I think so.
So, moving to your predictions, obviously you'd predicted quite a few...
predicted fun, got that wrong.
Well, you'd predicted some deaths, of which we did not get Rosalind's.
That is true. I did predict Adama croaking it, and yes, I got that. And I'm pretty sure I said that throughout the entire...
Did you?
He did put Adama down as a prediction for that episode.
From about episode 3 onwards, I was saying that.
So, you're now...
got everything else wrong.
Cool. So, you had the Adama prediction that you've just had
20%'s not bad.
I did say that possibly Starbuck might be left on the planet with the arrow. Like, they might not tie that bit up yet, but yeah, there's a lot of deaths I got wrong, and there was no more Cylon.
No Chief Tyrrell.
No. I mean, he's
yeah, but he's still in danger.
But I was going to say what the thing is with those ones, and I'll give you a bit of a tie over because you were thinking that you'd probably get more as a season finale. But those stories, as we know, are not over yet, so you're not necessarily out of the woods in terms of your predictions because it still needs to be wrapped up. If anything, I would probably argue that your 2-parter end of season 1 and then 2 or 3-parter start of season 2 is technically all one big story.
Your accuracy is still on track. You're just not getting it as quickly as you want it to.
True, and no more Cylon reveals yet.
Yeah, so we didn't get any new Cylon reveals. Obviously, we had a reveal to a Cylon about themselves, but we didn't get any new Cylons revealed.
Though having said that, I did love the fact that Sharon was triggered. I mean, that was I did like that. I did think there was it was too easy to have Sharon floating around as a Cylon and not being a threat. I'm glad they delivered on that.
Yeah.
So.
And also this is also going to put one Mr. Boltar under the hairs as well when he gets back, because he's already confirmed Sharon as not being a Cylon. So the fact that she's just done that is that maybe they won't look at Sharon as being a Cylon. The fact that she's just defected. So when we say that Sharon currently on Battlestar is considered a Cylon, no, she's not. We just know that she's done that and she's been bundled to the ground. But do they actually then go, is she a Cylon, or is she just now become a mutineer of sorts, or is she a double agent for Roslin, or another or someone like Tom Zarek, for example?
Yeah, so it presents lots of questions.
The it's there, but it's not all there. And I think that's what I love about all of this, is that I completely forgot about that bit where Gaius walked into that ruin and it suddenly turned into that vision. I was like, I forgot all about that, and then I was like, fuck, and then it's the sign.
As a mini spoiler, really that's not going to be the last time we see that whole
I can
premise come up.
I can imagine.
And they have amazing ways of being able to flip things when you don't expect it to be like that.
Yeah, I would also say, just as a side point, and I know we mentioned it early on in the season, but music this episode is on point. I felt very much like the score was given a real sense of, all right, you may not have necessarily got the payoff you were looking for, but the rise in tensions, you could just feel as it maneuvered through each scene. That score, that music, that kind of very violin-heavy string orchestrated music was doing a really good job of getting me invested in the tension.
Yeah, maybe that's why they changed the music, because the music was the same on part one.
Yep.
So they've introduced the new music. So maybe it's sort of like this is the turning of because they've introduced a new concept with the whole, the fact that we now understand the Cylon motivation more. Because she was talking about the children of God. They are influenced by a form of scripture, and as a result, they're, so we kind of understand their motivation maybe a little bit more. They want to breed. They want.
That's the motivation. They want to breed.
They don't want to be. They don't want to be continuously building themselves like they are. They want to go beyond that. They want to tap into the human experience.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, maybe that will drive their actions over the next season. I actually can't remember.
And for myself as well, as there's with yourself, Pete, there's key things that are going to come up. There's key moments, really, really good stuff that's coming that I do remember. But broadly, where they take it all, I can't remember.
Yeah,
overall, some of the key.
I knew that. I remembered.
The gunshot at the end of that episode. That's the part I was waiting for. I knew that was the.
Yeah, I didn't know that was happening end of season 1. I knew it happened, and I know that it happened before something else happening. But I was like, hang on, is that season 2? So the fact that it's happened now, I'm like, okay, cool. But I didn't want to say anything because obviously I don't want to ruin Titch's already stellar experience of the season finale.
Stellar.
Yeah, I mean, who would I be to ruin your viewing pleasure?
It's a good thing we don't get many views. There's not going to be many people on the internet to argue with him.
Yeah, exactly. And the few people that are watching this and staying till the end, they get to see us ribbing and taking the piss out of you.
Put your comments below. I don't care.
Do you agree with Richard's disappointment?
Would you like to see more of Richard's disappointment
in life?
Yeah. We could do a poll. How would you like us to disappoint Richard more?
Coming season 2.
Yeah.
So, I would say, going to the Death Note on it, tell me if I'm wrong, I would probably keep most of your predictions in place for the next coming episodes.
Yeah.
See where it lands. Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, when we finally get around to that, I'm sure it'll all carry over. I'm sure it's going to pick up exactly where we left off.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to say 3 years later. So.
3 years later. No, it's we're picking up exactly where we left off. So moving on to the Ratometer.
The world's greatest rat.
I don't think, to be quite fair to Gaius, all he really did this episode was get carried around by 6. So would I be right in assuming there's no real changes there, no movements? Okay. And then finally, as a final attempt, I'm going to get you to make a prediction for the next Cylon. Prediction for season 2. Who do you think from our cast will end up becoming or seeing be a Cylon? If you're going to throw out a random guess even.
Season 2 Cylon. I think that there was a name in my head that I was going to go with, but I'm going to steer. I was going to say D, but I'm going to steer away from D. I'm going to go with who's the guy that landed on the planet?
Crashdown.
I think Crashdown might be one.
You think Crashdown's Cylon?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to officially put it on the Cylon detector as a prediction that we will find out in season 2 that Crashdown may be a Cylon.
Actually, I'm going to change it. I'm going to go with D.
Good.
Officially, Crashdown has not been.
I'm going to go with D. I just think because she's really interesting and she's got an interesting position, but she hasn't been used enough yet. And I think she could be quite dangerous. Yeah, I'll go with D. Plus, she's got a link into Billy and the President. That could be quite interesting if she was a Cylon.
Okay, so I'm officially changing it from Crashdown to D.
Okay.
D.
So, any more for any more?
That's it.
Pete?
Nothing. It's been a fun first season, and I look forward to seeing more of your disappointment over the next 3 seasons.
Over the next 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So say we all.
So say we all.